All right. Welcome to my live stream. My name is Dark Majima. You can simply call me Kobe. In this video, I'm going to share with you the UK NMC's latest update with regards to their English language requirements. If you join this live stream, just make sure you're sharing the link to as many people as you can. I've told you that I'll be coming up with, I'll bringing you every update you need to know with regards to the English language requirements. So what I'm going to do is that I've got a new information right from the UKNMC's website with regards to the changes they made, and I'm going to share that with you in this video. Yeah, in this live stream, I'm going to share that with you in this live stream. We're going to look at whatever they've said so far, and we are good to go. Thank you very much for joining this live stream. Just share to as many people as you can, and then let's look at how things go. So I'm just going to share with you the new updates about the English language requirements. On the 28th of September, the UKNMC did come up with the approved changes, and some of the stats were not very clear. So along the line, they've started giving updates. They've started, explaining what they mean by maybe standardizing the minimum score. They've come up to explain who needs employer reference and a whole lot of that. So one of the things I'm going to share with you in this video has to do with the fact that they've now specified the minimum score you will need to be able to combine your IELTS test results or OET results come 2023. So that's what we're going to look at in this video. So if you are here, thank you very much for joining this live stream and endeavor to share. I've got my paper here. What I'll be doing is that we'll be looking at some examples because I've had a lot of people send me their IELTS results, and it's like they want to know if it's fit for next year's implementation. So let's go straight into it and then let's see what happens. If you are here, just let me know where you are watching me from. Just say hi. Yeah, I've seen that a number of people join. Okay, so let's start. I wouldn't want to waste much time. So when you look at this, let me just zoom so that you can see properly. So on here it says required and the minimum scores. So this is coming from the UKNMC's website. It's directly from the UKNMC's website, okay. And it says that required and the minimum scores. So if you can remember so well, when the UKNMC came up with the proposals, what they said was that they were going to standardize. So let me put this one aside and then write. So they were going to standardize the minimum score. So hi from Nigeria. Okay, thank you very much for joining. So they're going to standardize the minimum score to be able to combine two IELTS or two OET test results. Okay, so that is the first thing they were considering, and this was approved. The second one was they're going to extend the duration for which you can combine two IELTS or two OET results. So this was also approved. It was extended to 12 months. Apparently now it's 6 months duration for you to be able to combine your IELTS or OET results, but now it's been extended to 12 months. Now the problem here is that when they came up with these proposals with regards to the combination of two IELTS or two OET results, they never explained what they meant by the standardizing the minimum score. They've now brought that up, and I'm going to explain that to you here in this video. Just share this link. I want everybody to get a fair idea of what's happening so far. So let's see those who have chatted at the moment. So this is from Ajabin Richard. Hi from Ghana. Thank you very much for joining, Richard. And then this is from Adiyanju from Nigeria. Thank you very much for joining. Just share this link to your friends and let's see how it goes. So I'm going to start to explain. Currently, if you want to write IELTS with the hope of registering with the UKNMC, you need to attain this score. Okay, so this is the required score you need to attain. That is, this is what's on the first table. You need, when we want to talk about the IELTS, you need 7 in the listening test. You need 7 in the reading test, you need 6.5 in the writing test, and then 7 in the speaking test to be able to register with the UK NMC. This is what you require currently. And remember that next year, which is 2023, this required score still holds. The UK NMC never made any changes to any of this. So what this means is that if you're writing your IELTS next year with the hope of registering the UK NMC, you still need to attain this score to be able to register with them. And then when we turn our attention to the OET, you need B in the listening, B in the reading, and then C plus in the writing, and then speaking should be B. This has never been changed, okay? Still the same now, and then it will be the same next year. To be able to combine your results, apparently, let me just zoom this so that you can see properly. Let me know where you're watching me from. Yeah, so it says here that we allow applicants to combine their scores from 2 test seasons, provided that none of the scores fall below a minimum. So to be able to combine your IELTS score or your OET score, you should not have scored below 6.5 in both sittings. You should not have scored below 6.5 in both sittings. For example, if let's say you wrote IELTS, you wrote your first IELTS, and then apparently you couldn't attain this score. You couldn't attain any of this score the UK NMC is looking for. What happens here is that you felt like, okay, writing the second one with the hope of attaining the same score so that you're able to register the UK NMC. So when you wrote the second IELTS, unfortunately, you couldn't get the same, this score. And the next option was for you to combine the first IELTS results to the second IELTS results. So let's say in the first one, you had 6.5 in the listening, you had 7 in the reading, you had 6.5 in writing, and then with the speaking, you had 7.5. Now, I would say this score is apparently good, except that the listening has actually denied you the opportunity to register at the UK NMC because you need 7 in the listening to be able to do that. So you went for your second sitting, and here, fortunately enough, you had 7 in the listening. You did your best to get 6.5 in the reading. What this means is that apparently you're falling short of 0.5 from this end. And then the writing, you still had 6.5. Speaking, you had 7.0. So when you look at this score, the minimum score or the minimum band score here is 6.5. Okay, what this means is that you can combine the first score to the second score to be able to meet up to this score that the NMC is looking out for, so that you're able to register with them. So what I want to let you understand is that currently, if you want to combine your score, this is the minimum score you need. You need 6.5 in the listening, you need 6.5 in the reading, you need 6.5 in the writing, and then 6.5 at least. This should be the minimum score that you should get to be able to combine 2 IELTS or 2 OET results. And then when you look at the OET, the minimum score should be C plus throughout. So when you compare this score to the proposed changes that came up, let's go to the next slide, and then let me show you this. Thank you very much for joining this live stream. I really appreciate. Just let me know where you are watching me from. Okay, so when you look at the proposed new minimum scores, so this is the major concern for today. I just want to let you know what the UK NMC have said, or what they are coming up with 2023. So it says propose new minimum scores. We propose standardizing our approach so that the minimum score is always 0.5 or half a grade below the required score for all 4 language domains. This means the minimum score for writing in one of the 2 combined tests will reduce to 6 or C. So 6 in the IELTS or C in the OET. So now let's go and look at what they mean by this. What they are saying here is that so next year, they've reduced the writing from 6.5. This is in relation to combining, not the actual score. This is in relation to the combining. So let's say you wrote IELTS and then you had something like 6.5 in the reading, you had 6.0 in let's say the writing. If it's today, you can't combine because the minimum score you are looking out for should be 6.5 as we looked at it previously. But next year, they've reduced the writing to 6.0. What this means is that if you get 6.0 in the writing aspect, you can still combine, okay? And if you get C in the OET section, still under the writing, you can still combine. So what they are saying is that the minimum score you should get in the IELTS for the listening should be 6.5, reading should be 6.5, writing should be 6.0, speaking should be 6.5. And for the OET, you need C plus throughout for the listening, reading, and then speaking, and C for the writing. Let me start an example for you to get a better understanding of whatever I mean here. So let's say there's this person who, remember that this implementation is starting next year, January 2023. So for now, this doesn't hold. And remember, this is much more of it, the criteria for combining, not the actual score. Remember that they never touched the required score. It's still the same. But if you want to combine, what they've said is that they've reduced the writing from 6.5 to 6.0. And that is for the IELTS. And for the OET, it's been reduced from C plus to C. So when you look at the first slide we looked at, you could see the difference. So for it, this is the minimum score you will need in each model to be able to combine your score. Remember that the writing was 6.5, but when you look at the proposed changes, it's now 6. And then when you go back to the first slide, the writing for the OSCE is C plus, but when you go to the new changes that will be coming up, it's now C. So what this means is that they've only touched on the writing aspect in both English language proficiency test. What this means is that I still need 6.5 in the listening, 6.5, the minimum score to be able to combine your results. So let's look at this same score here. Okay, let me just repeat it somewhere here. So let's say in his first sitting, he had 6.5. In the second sitting, this person had 7 in the reading. Writing was 6.0. Speaking 7.5. So this is for the first sitting. And then this person, looking at what the UK NMC required to be able to register with them, he never met that requirement. So he felt like, okay, let me just risk it. Let me take a second time and see how things go. So what happened was this person sat the IELTS the second time and had, let's say, 7.0 in the listening. Reading was, let's say, 7.0. And then writing was, let's say, 6.5. And then speaking 7.0. Now looking at these results, this person has met the UK NMC's requirements. But let's say at a point, this person had 6.5 in the reading. So now what this means is that because of the reading, he can't use these results to register the UK NMC. So the general idea is he's going to combine these two, the first with the second. So now let's look at this. Based on the new proposals, that will be, the new changes or the approved changes that will be coming up 2023, this person can combine these two results. Why? It's because he's had 6.0 in the listening. Now they've reduced the minimum score to be able to combine your IELTS or two OET scores, especially with the writing to 6 and then C in both tests. So when you look at this, if you are comparing this to the current criteria, this person can't combine his IELTS results. But if you are looking at this next year, 2023, we are looking at it in terms of the new implementation that will be coming up, then this person can combine because he's had 6.0 in the writing, and that is the minimum they would want you to have in the writing. So should this person go below 5.5, then he's disqualified from combining. So let's look at this. Now this person can combine these two results because he has 6.0 in the writing. And when you look at the second setting, apparently this 6.5 can replace the 6.0 here, because you need at least 6.5 per the UK NMC's required score to be able to register with them. And this person has 6.5 here. You should have 6.5 in the reading, so he still qualifies to combine. What this means is that, and not just having 6.5, you see the 6.5 here is good because at the end of the day, he had 7 in the first sitting. What this means is that this 7 is going to replace the 6.5 here. Let's say this person had 6.5. What this means is that he can't combine because 6.5 can't replace 6.5. The general idea of combining is that at the end of the day, you are putting these two results together to be able to meet this goal. If it's the IELTS, to be able to reach out to this goal. So at the end of the day, whatever you get in the first sitting, if it's less than what the UKNFC is looking for, you should sit for the second sitting, hoping that you would work your way out to replace it. So that's the actual concept. So just get to know that now or from next year, the standardizing of the minimum score has only been done for the writing in the IELTS and the writing in the OET. So the writing has been reduced down, have been reduced by 0.5. It used to be 6.5 to, it used to be 6.5, it's now brought down to 6. And the OET, it used to be C plus, it's now brought down to C. So just take notice of that. So at the end of the day, if you got a result that fitting, maybe you were able to attain all the scores in the various aspects, but had 6.0 in the writing, or you had C in the OET, you have the chance of combining your IELTS results or OET results. So just note that changes or the standardization of the minimum score is only for the writing test. So this is coming from the camp of the UK NMC. So apparently, if you are watching me, you can just pick your results. If especially if written to IELTS and you are thinking of combining, you can pick your results and look at it and see if you still qualify to combine. So this is the concept. If you've got any question, you can bring that one up. Wisdom from Ghana, thank you very much for joining my live stream. So this is basically the concept so far with regards to combining. So that is it. Writing has been reduced from 6.5 to 6 in the IELTS, and for the OET, it's been reduced from 6 plus C plus to C. So that's the actual concept now. So if you are joining this live stream and you've got any question to ask, you can, maybe you've got your IELTS results, you've written on 2 occasions, and you want to know how well that will fit in next year's implementation. You can bring that up and then we discuss. But remember that this is in relation to the combination of or clubbing of IELTS or OET results. Remember, the actual score or the required score to be able to register the NMC has still not changed. It's still the same today and it will be tomorrow. Okay, so if you are writing the IELTS, this should be your target. With the hope of working in the UK, this should be your target. And if you are writing the OET, this should be your target. But at the end of the day, if you're unable to meet this target, then you have to risk it with the hope of meeting this. If not, you can think of, the option that comes up is for you to combine 2 IELTS or 2 OET results. So if you've got any question, thank you very much for joining this live stream. So we now have a fair idea of what the UK NMC means by standardizing the minimum score for combining two IELTS sittings or two OET sittings. And you also know the criteria for you to be able to use employer references. I think I've talked about that on this channel as well. So you can scroll through my videos and see which ones befits you, and then you can go from there. Make sure you don't give up. You can still achieve your dreams. Yeah. All right. So let me leave. I think I found a question from Jabin Richard. Meaning next year implementation, if I get listening 7, reading 7, speaking 7, and writing 6, do I qualify for UK NMC registration? No. Apparently, you see, this is the score you need. This is the actual score you need to be able to register at the UK NMC. Remember that this score has never changed. They never made any changes to it. Okay. They never made any changes to it. It's still the same today and it will be the same tomorrow, even 2023. You need 7 in the listening, 7 in reading, 6.5 in writing, and then 7 in speaking. And this is for the OET. So if you are interested in writing the OET, you need B in the listening, B in the reading, C plus in writing, and then B in speaking. Should you attain any of this score, then you are free to start your registration with the AKNMC because you've met their requirements. But at the end of the day, looking at your results, you had listening 7, reading 7, writing you had 6.0, and then speaking you had 7. What this means is that looking at the score or the required score the UKNMC is looking for, you see, the UKNMC is looking out for 6.5, but you had 6.0. What this means is that you have to resit. Now, when you resit the second time, and let's say you get listening to be 6.5, reading to be, let's say, 7, and writing you get 6.5, and let's say speaking you get 7. Now, or let's say speaking has 6.5. The general idea here is that next year they've reduced the minimum score you can actually have to combine your IELTS results. They've only done a reduction in terms of the writing for both OET and then the IELTS. So they've reduced that to 6.0. What this means is that looking at the results, you had 6.0 in the writing and you have 6.5 here. So what this means is that you can combine these two results. But now you can't combine these two results because they said the minimum score across all board should be 6.5. But now they've made changes to the writing. So you can have 6.5 in the listening, 6.5 in reading, 6.5 in speaking, and then 6 in writing, as we are having here, and you can combine your results. So this is not for the actual score. They've not done any change. They've not had any changes made with regards to that. So just take notice of that. But this is for the combining. This is for the combining. What this means is that the 6.5 you had here would replace the 6.0. And one thing you should understand is that the fact that you had 6.0 here doesn't mean that you should get 6.0 here, because should you do that, you won't be able to combine. The essence of combining is that you are putting two results together so that at the end of the day you're able to meet the EKNMC's actual score. So that's the first one I showed you on the chart here. Okay, you are combining, so at the end of the day you are able to meet the EKNMC's actual score. So now, should this 6.5 replace the 6.0, you get to understand that this score looks the same as what you are seeing on here, and that is the essence of combining. That at the end of the day, whatever low score you had here would, you write the second time to compensate for that. So you could see that the listening here is 7, it's 6.5 here, but the EKNMC requires 7. What this means is that this 7 is going to compensate for the 6.5 for it to be able to meet up to what the EKNMC is looking out for. So that's the actual concept. So David also said, please, I just joined. Can you give a quick briefing on it again? So David, what I'll do is that I would save this on my channel so you can revisit it and then watch. Okay, so that I get, whatever was said in the beginning. So sorry about that. So any further questions? So I don't know if Richard, you've understood the concept. So with this call, what you need to do is that you never met the requirement for the UK NMC in terms of the writing. You should get 6.5, but here it has 6.0. What this means is that you have to reset. You have to write the second time with the hope of getting 6.5 or 7 in the writing, because at the end of the day, you need a good score to replace the 6.0 you had. Okay. If you are writing the second time, you should aim at getting 6.5 in the writing and still maintain the actual score you had in the first sitting, 7, 7, 7. So that's the concept. So you're almost ending the live stream. Thank you very much for joining this live stream. It was just a quick brief about the information I've had with regards to the UKNMC's English language requirement. So I felt to share this with you. Yeah, so these are the proposed changes. They've only made changes to the writing in terms of combining. David said that it means the minimum score across 4 modules now is 6.5 when clubbing. Yeah, for now it's 6.5. So let me just show you a quick. For now it's 6.5. The implementation of the new model or the new changes starts next year, 2023. So now this is the score you need to get. The minimum across board, across all modules will be 6.5. Okay, by next year, they've added some kind of touch to the writing. It's been reduced to 6.0, and for that of the IELTS, and then the OET has been reduced to C. So that's the general concept now. Thank you very much. Hope to see you in my next video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so.